Hi there. Happy Halloween. Let me go ahead and we'll share with you a little bit of the costumes that are going on for the night raids. If you couldn't tell, I'm a shark. Probably the one from Jaws. Forget his name. I think it's Bruce. Not entirely sure. Okay. First things first, we have Foof. Wanderer costume. Spooky. He says, oh, I can't see my cursor. That sucks. One hat, two robe, three ripped up scarf, four spooky robe. I don't know, the atmosphere. Okay, it gives me Indiana Jones vibes, you know. So if it's Indiana Jones, then I think that looks like a pretty good little selection. So I'd probably say an 8 out of 10. But kind of a wanderer thing, kind of like a little generic, hard to say, maybe a 6. So just tell people going as Indiana Jones, 8 out of 10. Skullcrawler, we've got looks like a kind of a dress. We've got I was gonna say some kind of a hair bonnet thing, but there's a little tiara next to it. Oh, good, you can see the cursor there. And then there's 2 bottles of something, maybe nail. It's not going to be nail polish. Those are huge. To me, it looks like oil, but it's not going to be oil. It's probably going to be some kind of a paint or a color. God, this thing is really sweaty on my head. Okay, not entirely sure yet. There's also a bag that might not be related though. So they do have another picture further down below. So we'll come back to the rating for this one simply because there's a second picture. Jubza! Oh my goodness. I don't know if you like me wearing the costume counts, but like, here you go. I think it's pretty good, my dude. You look like a, well, I was going to say just a typical high school varsity, perhaps murderer. Hard to say. You've got what looks like a little, it's either a bottle or it's maybe a paddle. Maybe like you're going to a sorority kind of party. You're fresh out of high school, entering college kind of days. That's pretty fun. I like it. I like it a lot. It's very teenage slasher. I always appreciate that, so I'm going to say that's I'm going to give that a nice 7. Nice 7 out of 10. It needs a little something to elevate it a little bit higher, maybe some kind of like a super kooky mask. Maybe you had one, but from here, just looks like you blocked out your face, or you're just covering it with a hat or something. So, spooky, ridiculous mask, like a hockey mask or something, that would have really elevated it up. So 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Digital love. Speaking funny language. Ginger! Oh my goodness. Shoddy had them apple bottom jeans. That's amazing. For those of you who weren't around back in those days, the early 2000s, Nelly decided to make a company, Apple Bottom Jeans. It's a fashion brand. And the reason she couldn't find any real ones is because, well, in like, I think it was like just shortly after 2010, it kind of stopped doing anything. It didn't really continue making clothing. But that's great. The fact that you painted them yourself and everything, that's so fun. It really brings me back to a bit of my youth, which is probably going to give it a nostalgia bonus. So it might be simple, and a lot of you may not understand why, but 8 out of 10, 100%. 100%. I apologize, and it's so sad that your friend couldn't do the baggy sweatpants or the Reeboks with the straps. That would have, if you had a combo thing going on, that would have been a full-on 10 out of 10. Not your fault. 8 out of 10. Really, really good work. Here we go. Look at this. Oh, man. Okay. Maybe a little bit of blood kind of a vibe going on. You still got a bit of the white there, unless the whole thing is supposed to be the one color. Not entirely sure. I'm going to pretend it's like a little blood thing going on. You're super covered in blood. Makes me think of Carrie. That's really fun. So I'm going to go ahead and say that's probably going to be a... I did like that movie. It was a pretty good little horror movie. For those of you who haven't seen Carrie, really good horror film. She has kind of psychic powers. And, I think it's a homecoming dance or something like that. She gets, she's basically bullied a lot. It's really sad. And they dump pig's blood on her. Really, really messed up situation. And she kind of kills everyone. Pretty cool. If you haven't seen it, it's a pretty great horror film. Not my favorite, but still really good. So if you're going for the Carrie kind of thing, I'm not saying you are, but that's the vibe I'm getting. 7 out of 10. Really good. Still could have been better, but really good. If that's not the vibe you're going for, I'm still going to give it a 7 because I'm not entirely sure where you're going with this. But then again, what do I know? I'm just a shark. You don't have the wig, you don't have your hair up to put it on. I have no worries. I totally understand that. It's been a little bit of fun. I am sweating. With this shark on. This is just unbelievable. Well, happy Halloween, everybody. Hope you enjoy your time and eat all some nice candy. I could barely see. My eyes. You know what? There we are. There we are. It's a weird angle, is this? Oh, God. I'm sweating profusely. It's a good thing though because I'm a little under the weather, so actually that's probably gonna help me. Look at the rows of teeth on that. It's incredible, isn't it? It really really is. God, sharks are terrifying, aren't they? And yet they can actually be really nice. They're really weird, misunderstood creatures. Happy Halloween, everybody. Don't eat too much candy. Have a good time. Stay safe.